Crassus's first act as supreme commander revealed his nature with crystalline clarity when one of his legions fled before rebel forces without his permission. He revived decimation, an ancient punishment where every 10th soldier was beaten to death by his own comrades. The death lottery began at dawn. Soldiers drawing the fatal lots begged for mercy that never came. Crassus watched stone-faced as friends beat friends to death with clubs. As brothers murdered brothers. As the screaming lasted from dawn until noon. One executed soldier was a senator's son. Another was Crassus's own lieutenant's cousin. The message spread through Roman ranks faster than any courier. Fear Crassus more than Spartacus. Fear your general more than death. But first, catastrophe struck the rebels. News arrived like a dagger to the heart. Crassus was dead, surrounded near Mount Garganus with his 30,000. They'd fought with desperate fury. The ancient sources all agree on this horrific detail that shocked even Rome. 12,300 rebels died in a single day of savage combat. Crassus himself fell, leading a final charge. The undefeated Gaul finally defeated. Spartacus's response revealed the arena's poison still flowing in his veins. He organized funeral games for Crassus using 300 Roman prisoners, forcing citizens into gladiatorial combat. Military tribunes fought each other. Local magistrates died in the sand, their blood mixing with generations of gladiator blood in perfect poetic justice. Every Roman forced into the arena proclaimed, "Your citizenship means nothing. Your superiority is illusion. You are exactly what you made us. Entertainment that bleeds." With Crassus dead and winter approaching, Spartacus made for Brundisium, planning to sail for Sicily. But the Cilician pirates he'd paid in gold for transport had other plans. They took his money and sailed away, leaving thousands stranded on Italian beaches with winter coming and Crassus approaching. Then came the engineering marvel that became a trap. While Spartacus negotiated with pirates who'd already decided to betray him, Roman engineers worked with obsessive efficiency. They built a wall 40 miles long, 15 feet high, with a deep trench across the entire toe of Italy, turning geography into prison in mere weeks. The rebels woke to find themselves trapped with winter at their backs, starvation in their bellies, and 6 Roman legions at their front. The scale becomes clear when you realize 100,000 people needed food daily, and Crassus had systematically stripped the region. Let hunger do what legions couldn't. Foraging parties met Roman steel. Supply raids found empty granaries Crassus had evacuated. The rebels began eating horses, then leather, then anything that might sustain life. But Spartacus had learned something fundamental in the arena. Desperation breeds innovation. On a freezing night, with snow falling, he ordered the unthinkable. Rebels killed 300 cattle, tied bundles of wood to their horns, set them ablaze, and drove them at a section of Roman wall. In the chaos of flaming cattle charging through darkness, Spartacus led a breakthrough. A third of his army punched through Crassus's 40-mile wall before Romans could respond. The running battles across southern Italy that followed tested both armies to breaking. Spartacus showed why Rome's greatest weakness wasn't military peace, it was systemic vulnerability. He knew their supply lines, their logistics, their dependencies. Every villa burned meant Romans went hungry. Every aqueduct cut meant Romans went thirsty. Before the final battle at the Silarus River, Spartacus proved he understood his fate with terrible clarity. He drew his sword and killed his own horse in front of the entire army. If we win, he told them, There'll be thousands of Roman horses. If we lose, I won't need one. 100,000 souls, united by chains and fury, heard their leader accept no possibility of retreat or survival. The battle formations that morning revealed everything about what was coming. Crassus arranged his 6 legions in traditional Roman fashion, disciplined, methodical, grinding. Spartacus placed his best fighters, the original gladiators from Capua who'd started with kitchen knives, at the spear point, aimed directly at Crassus's position. This wasn't strategy anymore. It was revenge seeking its target with single-minded fury. Archaeological evidence reveals the true scale of what happened next. Weapons scattered across miles, mass graves hastily dug, the river itself temporarily dammed by the volume of bodies that choked its flow. Modern analysis suggests the fighting lasted over 10 hours, not quick arena bouts, but prolonged, desperate warfare where exhaustion killed as surely as swords. Spartacus fought like the gladiator he'd always been, but with purpose beyond entertainment. Witnesses described him cutting through Roman lines like death incarnate, always pushing toward Crassus's standard, seeking personal vengeance. He killed 2 centurions personally. Both died with shocked expressions. But numbers tell their inevitable story. Fresh Roman reserves replaced exhausted front lines with mechanical efficiency. Rebel reinforcements didn't exist. Everyone was already fighting. When Roman cavalry finally flanked the rebel position, the end became mathematical certainty. Yet Spartacus kept advancing, kept killing, kept seeking Crassus with obsessive determination. The exact moment of his death remains history's mystery. Romans claimed he died fighting, surrounded by enemies he'd killed, still trying to reach their general. His body was never identified among the tens of thousands dead, either mangled beyond recognition or hidden by followers. Some whispered he escaped, but the rebellion's end proved otherwise. 60,000 rebels died at Salaris. 6,000 survivors surrendered, expecting quick military execution. What Crassus planned was neither quick nor military. It was industrial-scale terror designed to echo through centuries. The hammering started at dawn and didn't stop for weeks. 6,000 crosses rose along the Appian Way, Rome's most important highway connecting the capital to Capua, where it all began. 120 miles of crucified bodies, each positioned for maximum visibility, each taking days to die. Every mile, 50 crosses, every cross carefully positioned. The strongest rebels crucified first, so their endurance prolonged the spectacle. Leaders placed at prominent intersections. The message carved into Roman consciousness with iron nails and screaming flesh. This is the price of defiance. The crucifixion process revealed Roman efficiency at its most monstrous. Scourging first, whips embedded with bone and metal tearing flesh from backs, then forcing victims to carry their own execution tools through jeering crowds. The nailing came next, iron spikes through wrists and feet, positioned to avoid major arteries, ensuring maximum suffering before death. Bodies weren't removed, left to rot as warnings. The stench carried for miles. But those 6,000 crosses also told another story. Rome didn't intend. 6,000 men who chose death over chains. 6,000 testimonies to human dignity. 6,000 reasons why oppression breeds its own destruction. 70 kitchen knives forged a legend that 2,000 years couldn't kill. Subscribe to Great History for more battles where the powerless challenged empires and prove that there are no natural slaves, only temporary chains.